Here with Congressman Francis Rooney from Florida. And which district?
District 19.
District
Southwest
19.
Florida.
Excellent. And he's going to talk about political correctness, which is one of the topics that President Bush has raised, and one of the problems that we're having in our discussions of issues and debates. If we cannot be forthright, and we have to be afraid of what we say, whether it's not politically correct or not, that hampers real, genuine debate, right?
Well, it does. I think it's kind of an affront to the First Amendment. Here we're the country that has the First Amendment that says people can speak freely and honestly about things, and politically correct euphemisms and vague, meaningless phrases don't constitute the exercise of free speech.
For example, this whole reluctance of the Obama administration to call these terrorist, Islamic radical terrorists.
Exactly. Imagine that in the counterterrorism manuals, they can't say Islamic terrorism. In the counterterrorism manuals, in addition to all the other manuals that the Obama administration made them take out of all the military manuals. It's absolutely ridiculous to me, and I hope that we can get that stuff fixed real quick.
So it's essential to be able to talk sincerely and honestly with people that disagree in a courteous, polite way. In order to have a good discussion so we can get to the truth, which is what we all want, right?
Exactly. You can't get to the truth by vague euphemisms. You get to the truth by a confrontation of ideas and clearly speaking and expressing your thoughts.
And this is essential for us to identify proper public policies, because if we cannot have an honest, open debate, we have very little chance of getting to the truth of what is the best policy.
Exactly. Imagine the Fort Hood bomber. That was categorized by the Department of Defense as workplace violence.
But what did he say after he killed him?
Yeah, Allah Akbar.
Oh boy, that's kind of like a tip-off, right?
Yeah. And one real role model take a look at the Wall Street Journal a couple of days ago, an article about Sweden. Of course, they're giving Trump a lot of hard times about his comment about Sweden. Sweden is falling apart because of accepting 270,000 refugees from the Middle East, many of whom no passports, identities, nothing. And now they've had 300 of them go back to fight for ISIS.
So that's one of the good things about President Trump. He's brought this issue to the fore, and we really need some real debate, honest debate, without people being afraid of offending or not offending. I mean, we got to say what we think.
So here in Sweden, despite
politely, right?
Yeah, here in Sweden, despite all these problems that they have, which they won't confront, they've canceled art exhibitions and Christian hymns because they don't want to offend Muslims. I mean, it's not offensive.
Well, it's dangerous to offend Muslims.
Well, I tend to think that appeasement begets more bad behavior, and that, as Pope Benedict said in Regensburg when he confronted the Islamic terrorism.
Well, I agree, but it is still dangerous.
Oh, well, it's a dangerous world out there.
Somebody has to be brave, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we have to confront ideas and problems rationally. You can't do that in this politically correct era of everybody tiptoeing around everything.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to your talk, and we think that it's great that you're bringing up this issue, because that's a fundamental epistemological problem. Let's throw in that big word.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, so that we use the proper procedure to find the truth.
Yeah,
you can't.
We have to seek the truth. That's what our government's built on, truth and honesty. Our First Amendment's built on seeking the truth and ability to express differences of opinion. When you get into this vague, meaningless language and not confronting anything, not calling things what they are, anything goes. Everything becomes a euphemism for some person's particular agenda.
Or a dog whistle.
Exactly.
Anyway, Congressman, it's been a pleasure to meet you and to talk about this issue, and we hope you have a very successful talk.
Thank you.